everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray, and today I'm diamond painting. I'm doing a Wipnchat. So go ahead and take out whatever project you'd like to work on today as we talk about stuff, and today I'm going to talk about diamond painting stuff. So feel free to get out whatever it is you're working on. I know I've lost a few nails. It's Saturday. I did a lot of cleaning yesterday. So before we get into it and talk all kinds of stuff, diamond painting, I will tell you about this kit. This is Kimono by Diamond Shop, and the artist is Kathy Delancey. I have the link down in the description box of my video if you would like to check it out for yourself. This one has the special embellishments on it, the special treatments. So I have these beautiful gold roses. We have some black AB diamonds that they call prism, and then we have gold metallic, which they call old gold. So you can see the metallics are here, and the black ABs are kind of scattered around just as you'd like. You don't have to fill in, yeah. Anyway, they do special treatments a little bit different than other companies, and I actually really enjoy making my own decisions on where to embellish the painting. Today I'm using my Enablers Outpost pen. They have a Facebook group and an Etsy, and I highly recommend that you join the Facebook group because they will let you know when new blanks are dropping into the shop. And I'm also using Shiny Shaza's pen. They are located in the UK. Enablers Outpost is in the US, and Diamond Shop is in the Philippines. So without further ado, we are going to get into this. I have to choose a color. Let's do the letter E. E is a red color. It's 606. I get asked all the time how I like to kit up my diamond paintings. And I'll be honest, I have gone away from this system where I go in DMC order. So DMC is like the number of the color in the DMC range. That's what most, if not all, companies use, except for those, those kits that you get from shady websites. Need I say more? But so I like to now order all of my drills in a symbol order. I find it a lot easier because I'm like looking at my canvas and I'm looking around at all of the symbols, and usually I pick one that speaks to me. Like I look for the one that stands out the most on the canvas because it's the easiest thing to see, right? So I do that because I'm a very visual person, and that helps me to not miss any. So, I'll always miss a few here and there, but in general, that is the way that I diamond paint. Is I just kind of go, okay, which one stands out to me? And then there's the three together. And then I just start placing, right? I know that, people have different ways of doing it. And I'm not saying that my way is the only right way, because if anybody is saying that, like, come on, come on. There's no one right way to diamond paint. You do what works best for you, that helps you to relax the most. Mine just happens to be, if I put it in symbol order, I go like alphabetical first, so A through Z, and then numbers, so the number order. Then I do like typical keyboard symbols, or I'll group symbols, if they're like wacky symbols, I'll group them together, like all of the triangles together, all of the arrows together, just depending on the company that I'm working on. And that really does help. The only time that the DMC number order helps me is if, for example, my Heaven and Earth Designs kit, the one I got from Crown Jewel Canvases, that one has a lot of color. So it's actually much, much faster for me to go in DMC order because I've got very large legends and everything else. On this one, this particular kit, there was a floating legend. They don't do that anymore, but where The legend is a walking legend or a floating legend. You might have heard somebody say. They actually don't do that now. They print it on the bottom of the canvas, but I stuck mine to the top, and I never looked at it again because I have the containers, they've got the symbol and the number. But because they're not in symbol order, it's really hard for me to sometimes find symbols. I have a friend who actually does it where they start at the top of their legend and they work their way down in each and every section. I would find that to be torture. Yeah, sometimes it could be like a fun game to play if you're getting bored with your diamond painting, but because it's kind of like a puzzle, right? But yeah, just for those of you who are wondering how I kit up and how I start diamond painting, that's usually what I do. There are a lot of newcomers to the diamond painting world. Welcome. And also welcome to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, hello, how are you? In these videos, in the Wipnchats, it just basically, WIP stands for work in progress. So I'm just working on, whatever I'm working on, whatever craft project I would like to work on that day, and sharing it with you and talking about, either the craft or my personal life or whatever. And we will get into the personal stuff later. But there was some stuff about diamond painting that, I was thinking about. And I also went and I asked my my Discord group, I asked them about, topics that they'd like to hear me talk about. And it brought up a few questions of my own that, I've asked and other people have asked extensively, and I thought that I would share it in this video. So one of those questions, the question that I get asked a lot in comments on videos, is where can I get a good custom diamond painting? And by custom, I mean like, let's say you have a picture of somebody, a family member, a dog, a flower, whatever. And you'd like to get that made into a diamond painting. Where do you go? Now, this is going to be based on my personal preference because, as you know, I am in camp pay the artist, okay? I made a video about that a while ago, and I made a pledge that I wouldn't be sharing companies on my page who do not legally license their artwork. And basically what that means is, and I'll get to the topic at hand in a second, but this is really important to me. There are a lot of sellers online who will not pay their artists. They will just, especially companies that are in China, they do not have the same copyright law, and so they do not abide by it. No matter, what you might ask them to do, they will not do it. And it's very frustrating as an artist to see your work that you work so hard on be sold for a profit by someone else, and you don't get any of that recognition or even commissioned pay or anything. Artists do not work for free, They work for money and food and everything else. They deserve that. So there are a lot of companies that I'm not going to talk about that because they just don't jive with my own sense of what is right. And so I know that a lot of you would say Evermoment, and even myself in the past, I have gotten accustomed from Evermoment, but I can't recommend them anymore because they still do not comply with paying their artists. That, they're just ripping images off the internet and turning them into diamond paintings, and I don't think that that is right, personally. But there are a few that I have, and I would like to share them with you. And I also invite you to go and look at the playlist of diamond paintings that I've completed so that you can get an idea of what companies are good for you and what you like, and you know, the style that you are looking for as far as rendering goes. Because I do talk extensively about, you know, my experience in working on the painting. So the first one that I'd like to mention is Royal Diamond Painting. Royal Diamond Painting is where I got my custom picture of Luna made. They worked with me and they helped me to crop the picture. Now, I enhanced the picture myself, but I'm sure that if you asked them to give you, you know, a rendering of what that painting would look like with diamonds, as, you know, pixelated with the diamonds, they would be willing to do that. I chose that company because they, out of a lot of companies at the time, were the only ones that would do as many colors as possible. And so my picture of Luna came out with, I think it was 50 colors, something like that. It was a lot of colors at the time. This was back in 2019, I think. So it's been a while since then. It's been a while since I did that diamond painting, but please go check it out if you haven't already. It's also in the back of my videos. If you watch my floss tube videos, my front facing videos, you'll see that diamond painting in the background. It looks like a photograph. It's absolutely stunning. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a long time to work on it because it is so full of confetti. There's a lot of color changes in a small area, just like this painting right here. But the end result is totally worth it. Even for all of the moaning and groaning that I might have done about it, it's a stunning piece. Royal Diamond Painting, they do license artists, and I find that the custom diamond paintings do come out really well. So definitely go check them out. I'll have them listed down below too. I am actually not sure. I'm going to go double check now and see if Diamond Shop still does their customs. It doesn't look like they have the custom diamond paintings any longer. I know that they did it at one time, but it does not appear that they're doing that anymore. So unfortunately, Diamond Shop is out, as well as Diamond Art Club. For a short period of time, Diamond Art Club tried custom diamond paintings, and I actually have one from them. It's a picture that, again, that I took. I do not recommend taking a picture from the internet and turning it into a custom unless you've gotten permission from the artist or the photographer, as that is definitely a breach of copyright. So the other, let me just see. I wrote them down. Oh, Dreamer Designs. So I just recently purchased a custom and unboxed it on the channel from Dreamer Designs. They still have customs open as far as I understand it. And I received it. I have not finished it yet, but the quality looked very good for it being a custom piece. So definitely check them out. The colors were definitely there. I can't remember all the details now. I don't remember how many colors it had, but it was nice. There are for more kind of researchy properties, I would definitely recommend checking out not only mine but other creators' reviews of their completed diamond paintings, just to get an idea, you know, of what this diamond painting will look like, especially if you're looking at different companies than the ones that I'm mentioning. You'll get an understanding of what that style looks like, and you'll be able to tell if that rendering style is up to par with what you want. I know a lot of people are looking for the cheap and easy route, but I am going to just warn you gently that this craft takes hundreds of hours. So I would recommend going with something that will look really good when it's finished. And not all customs are made equal. Not all companies are made equal. So that is really important. So today I am recommending Dreamer Designs and Royal Diamond Painting for your custom diamond painting needs. I'm not affiliated with those companies. I take my affiliate relationships very seriously, and I would not recommend a company that I didn't think would do a good job. But I do have yet to finish that Dreamer Designs, so I will get back to you on that as soon as I can. But yes, custom diamond paintings was a question that a lot of people were asking me about, and truthfully, I don't know if it's just not as popular anymore, or if I just don't see them that often. But the people that I watch, not many of them are doing custom diamond paintings. So, take that for what it's worth. I don't know. I personally, in the past, felt very disappointed when I got a custom from a different company, from a China, AliExpress company. And I felt like the colors weren't true to the image and, et cetera, et cetera. But it was a learning experience for me. So who knows? The other time that I got a custom that was a bad experience was a Huacan. And I am not a fan. The drills, well, not only do they not license the artwork that is on their site, but even when I got a custom of my dog, the diamonds would not stay on the canvas. They were all different sizes and they did not fit together. They were popping off like crazy, and I ended up throwing it in the trash because I was so frustrated with how it was coming out, and just the experience of diamond painting it felt like torture. So no, I don't recommend that at all. Definitely check out reviews on YouTube first. But another thing that I wanted to talk about was my journey into diamond painting. So I know that there are a lot of newcomers here. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking my videos and everything. I really appreciate it. Feel free to say hi as well. I know that there are a lot of lurkers in here that don't comment, but I do appreciate you watching my videos. It makes me happy to know that, I'm giving you company or trying to inform you. Whether that is a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But when let's talk about how I found diamond painting. I started diamond painting in the spring of 2018. And I found it because there was a Facebook ad and I'd never seen it before. I thought that I would give it a try because just watching the videos was super relaxing. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to hang up any of these. I'm not going to get a whole bunch of them. I just want to try it out. So I went online and I found some cheap partial diamond painting kits. At the time, you could only buy them from AliExpress. There were literally no other stores. Okay. So that is what we had at the time. And so please do not judge people for their diamond painting stashes. Back in the day, that's all we had. And so I tried these two little partial kits and I was immediately hooked to the point where before I had even finished the first one, I was online buying another one. And I bought small ones, because I thought I don't want to spend a lot of money on this. I don't know, where I'm going to put these or anything. I'm just going to give them as gifts. So my first, many of the first diamond paintings I did were gifts. In fact, the one that I bought for myself, I actually tossed that one too. I repurchased it, and then I realized that it was it was not licensed. So that one's kind of just gone into the back of my closet, unfortunately. But that all of the diamond paintings that I did, they were all given as gifts. And once I just like, I don't know, I was in the middle of diamond painting for gifts when I decided to start a channel. And the rest is history, really. I made a lot of friends here and found other people who were diamond painting, and it was so much fun. It's really a lot of fun to meet a group of people who share an interest with you, right? So I'm sorry if you can hear my dryer as well. Let me go change that over. All right, take that as your sign to go and turn over your laundry if you still need to do that. But yeah, I met a whole bunch of cool people, and I was working in a job that I didn't enjoy. It was mind-numbing for me. And I was dealing with mental health issues that I didn't even really admit, or didn't even know that I needed to admit to myself that I had a problem until I started talking to people who also like sympathized, empathized, and I went, hang on, like, actually, you know what? I might actually be depressed. So I went to the doctor, and thanks to being here and being vulnerable and talking to people about my mental health, I was able to actually get help. And I can't thank you all enough for helping me with that. It's still something that I struggle with, so I'm a work in progress. We're all works in progress, but you know, every day I feel a little bit closer to the person that I'm meant to be, if that makes sense. And some days I struggle with that feeling of like, man, I wish that could be right now. Like, can we just fast forward to when I'm better? But really, I think the point is the journey. The point is to recognize how far you've come as well. So if you feel similarly to me, I just want to remind you that it's okay. It's okay to not be okay all the time, and it's okay. You are not failing. You may not feel like you're thriving, but every day is a little, for lack of a better term, a blessing. Even the really crappy ones, there's something to be learned in there. There's something to be shared there, you know, and I think that's important to remember. It actually like makes me want to segue. But before I do, okay, let me just get this off my chest, because I know that a lot of you can relate. If you live with a man, whether he be a partner or a roommate or whatever, let me know in the comments. Does the man you live with... Okay, how do I start this? I'm not mad at my husband. I'm annoyed that I just cleaned the bathroom nigh on 3 hours ago. Not even 3 hours ago. Less than 3 hours ago, I wiped down all the surfaces. I did, you know, that fly lady routine is kind of where I'm going right now. I'm trying to like make sure you swish and flush. Is that what she says? Anyway, whatever she says, basically just wiping down surfaces and giving your toilet a scrub every day, right? And I try to do that in the morning, right after I've had my coffee and I feel a little bit energized. I'm like, okay, go around and do this thing, because I'm trying to do this for my stupid mental health. And because a very like a dirty home is making me feel more anxious, and it makes me feel more depressed. So I'm doing this because I'm trying to get better. It's not the cure for everybody, I know, but you know, it's just something I'm trying out. Anyway, long story long. I just went to turn over the laundry, And I'm there and I'm like doing the jeans and thinking to myself, you know, why is it that they still make women's jeans with small pockets? We deserve big pockets. And so I'm changing over the laundry and I'm fuming about that a little bit. And then I go and I'm like, okay, let me get my water. Let me go. Hi, Luna. Hi. I'm telling a story. It's okay. I'm telling a story. You don't have to worry about me. She's worried about me. Ow. Please. One front-legged paw digging in. Thank you. Sorry. I get interrupted by her a lot. I go in there, use the bathroom. First of all, I lift up the toilet seat, which is weird that the toilet seat is down. He doesn't usually do that, even though I do that. He doesn't do that. And I lift it up, and there is hair from the shower in the toilet. Okay? First of all, and then my immediate thing is, ugh, and then also, no, because if you didn't know this, hair in the toilet is a big no-no. But I'm not going to fish that out, okay? I don't know how long that's been in there. So I'm like, right, I do my business. And then I go to wash my hands, and what's in the sink? But a bunch of beard hair. I literally just cleaned up all of that beard hair. Why? Why do men do this to us? It's almost like, I know it's not on purpose. I know it's not on purpose. I mean, I'm going to reiterate this. Children do not do things on purpose to annoy you. Same goes with men. A lot of men just do things and they don't think about it like we do, right? Well, I'm being a bit sexist here, but there are people who are clueless about how it drives you insane. It drives me bonkers. So what did I have to do? Well, I kind of cleaned it up, but not really. I'm just going to ask him. I'm going to be like, so, is it because the sink was just clean that you felt like you needed to dirty it again? Is that what it was? Because that's kind of what it feels like. I feel like I'm always chasing and like cleaning up after someone else. And he always says that he has the best of intentions. And obviously he's not doing this to be malicious, but I'm just like, literally just clean that. But yeah, anyway, where was I going with that? Luna, you're fine. Go lay down, please. Luna's doing great. I took her up to the vet on Monday. If you are on Patreon, by the way, small plug, I have a Patreon, and one of the things that I really like to do is make weekly vlogs over there. So if you would like more time with me, if you enjoy these longer videos and you would like to spend more time with me, you can get more behind the scenes stuff, play-by-play kind of stuff in the vlog. I highly recommend it. Patreon.com/RachelRayCraft. Yeah, go join it. But I took Luna up to the vet on Monday and I said, this wound that she has, just to catch you up, if you didn't know, she had like this 2-inch long open sore for 3 months. I took her to the vet multiple times and the vet said, nope, she's fine. Everything's fine. And then I decided to take her to a different vet and that vet was like, oh my goodness, there is something in there. So he cut out whatever it was. I don't know what it was, but it was a bundle of nerves basically that was causing her a lot of discomfort and pain. But the area that she has the stitches in, it's an area that moves a lot. So it's hard to get her to heal. So I went up there on Monday or Tuesday. I went up there this week anyway, and I brought her up there and I was like, listen, it's not there's stuff coming out of it. Like, is it healing or is it okay? Or am I overreacting or what's the story? And he said, it's actually healing very well. It's going to kind of ooze for a while. But that's like akin to stem cells, you know, it's got to heal. And so for it to heal, it has to kind of cycle bad stuff out without getting into too much detail. But she's actually doing really, really well, and she is enjoying all of the attention. She's not enjoying her cone. I have removed the cone twice this week just to let her lick at it a little bit, but I keep it on most of the day when, you know, because otherwise she would just obsessively lick it, you know. But I think it's important that she keep her cone on until she is healed. Otherwise, I'm worried that she's going to sit there and try to bite the stitches out. She'll get the stitches removed next week, like at the end of next week, if everything is going well. So fingers crossed. Please keep her in your thoughts. I think she'll be fine. Like, she's healing well. I just don't know how long it's going to take to heal. And I don't want it to take too long. You know what I mean? And then also, just as an update, I am leaving to go to Germany in about a week, a little over a week. And I am so excited. I'm going to see my friend Heike. And a lot of you will know her because she has a YouTube as well. She hasn't posted there very much lately, but she used to do diamond painting videos and reviews and Wipnchats and everything else. So go check her out. Stone Cold Coffee Crafts here on YouTube, and also on Twitch. If you like Twitch, she plays Animal Crossing on Twitch, and sometimes she knits and stuff as well. But anyway, I'm going to spend a week with her. So there may be like a special stream, or there may be a special video. There's definitely going to be a lot of vlogging happening. So you're definitely going to want the Patreon access if you want to see that vlog. But of course, that's not until, you know, the middle of the month, basically. I'm going just around Easter time, and I'm so excited. You have no idea. This has been in the works. Like, I think I wanted to go Christmas of 2019 for like the Christmas markets, you know, and do a little bit of shopping, but it just didn't work out. I think that was around the time that like Ralph was healing, and it just didn't work out. So, I decided to wait until 2020. Did not think that we would be in a worldwide panini that would last, the effects of that lasting over a year, over 9 months or whatever. There's something viral going on TikTok where they're saying like, share your thought process at the beginning of the panini. And of course I say panini because, you know, certain platforms don't like me to say the other word. But, you know, what was your thought process at the beginning? Like all of the videos that I've seen, other people, especially like, actually, I think it was just Americans living in America, North America, or sorry, Americans living in the United States of America. Why does the United States of America not have a country name? Like, it's been long enough. We should have a country name. It just sounds weird. Anyway, Americans living in the USA were kind of giving these responses of like, oh, it'll be 2 weeks and then I'll be back to work. Or, you know, things will be not fine or normal or whatever. I did not have that positive outlook at the beginning. I'm going to force myself to diamond paint because otherwise I'm just going to talk with my hands. I did not have that reaction. My literal first reaction was doom. Okay. I have an anxiety disorder. If you didn't know, I have a clinical anxiety disorder, and I suffer from severe panic attacks, not mild panic attacks. I have severe panic attacks, which is why I take medication so that I don't. But because of the severity of the, the issue, because this was not just normal everyday anxiety, I was in my bed for over a week. I found it really difficult to get out of bed. I found I felt like I could get it at any moment and that I was going to pass away. It was hard for me to, on one hand, it was really hard for me to think about it without crying. And then, I know that sounds, I don't know how many people will feel the same way, okay? And I don't expect everybody to feel this way, but it was hard for me at that time. But on the other hand, there was another hand. The other hand was I felt so validated for wanting to stay inside. And I felt really like, okay, I'm trying to feel my feelings, okay? But I felt so relieved that I didn't have to work a job that I hated all of a sudden, I was laid off, but like, okay, I didn't hate that job, but I really, really did not like that job. I didn't hate the people that I worked with. I just didn't like the job itself. And suddenly I felt totally like I felt confident in my decision to not go back, to not be employed in that way. And that's what spun me into feeling like, you know what, maybe making videos is the thing that I'm supposed to do. Maybe this is something I could focus on and make my dreams of crafting and sharing my love of crafts and being a mental health advocate. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. And so I felt really empowered by that. But at the same time, in my day-to-day life of being, a normal person, because I am a normal person, I was scared shitless. I'm just going to put it out there. You're allowed one bad word every video, right? Anyway, if you meet me in person, you'll know that I have a sailor's mouth. But I think that I'm part of the minority there. And I still really don't like going out in crowded spaces. I try to shop for groceries in the off time, when people are at work or school or whatever. I avoid those busy shopping times. I do not go to malls or anything like that. Even when I was in the United States, like when I would meet, I met Laura from Anxiety Art Adventures, and we met outside and we wore masks the whole time. Do you know, like, I feel like trying to be safe. Yeah. And I felt, I definitely felt secure in my decisions, and also in my rediscovering my introvert. So yeah. How did you feel? I would love to know. Let me know in a comment. How did you feel at the very beginning when you got the news? What was your reaction? Were you like, oh no, this is going to be nothing. It's just a sickness? Because it's okay if you felt that way. That's perfectly fine. And I'm not trying to, if you don't want to share, it's okay. I totally understand. But I just thought that it was interesting that my first response was, really scared, but also kind of like, man, I've been practicing for an apocalyptic situation for a really long time. I feel like I'm prepared, but at the same time, totally scared. So scared for my friends, for my family. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I don't really talk about it that much, but you know, therapy. Been going to therapy and it's really helping. It's really helping me kind of process certain things. Oh my gosh, if these allergies don't quit. Oh, another thing I wanted to share with you, I guess before I go for the day, because I'm going to keep this one short today. I'm going to take some allergy medication and go outside and spend time with James in the garden while it's still nice outside. But I got a food allergy test. I haven't shared this with you guys yet. So I shouldn't say you guys. I haven't shared this with y'all yet. I totally blanked on it. So I got my results back. And basically what it was they send you this little packet in the mail and they make you stab your finger, which I still have the little, I know you don't want to see under my nails, but like I still have the little scar there from the lancet. How those of you who have diabetes deal with stabbing yourself in the finger every day, like I just don't, I'm so sorry. It hurt so bad. But anyway, I'm a wuss. What can I say? I have zero tolerance for pain. You take your blood, you put the dots of blood on the paper, then you send the paper in, and they run tests on it to see what foods you might be allergic to or have an intolerance to. And I was suspicious to the fact that every time that I eat dairy, or every time that, not dairy, cooked dairy, like cream, I seem to have a reaction. And also every time I eat beef, I have a reaction. Like the dairy reaction is always, I get super duper bloated. I feel so sleepy and lethargic. And it doesn't feel good. Okay. That's been going on for years. And so that was one of the things I wanted to test. And then the other thing is beef, specifically beef, because every time that I eat beef, I get a raging stomach ache. And then, you know, out the back door, not very nice, right? So I went to my doctor and I said, is there any way that I could test for this? And the doctor said, just don't eat those things. And I was like, you make sense, but for me, I want to know, right? Now, you probably know this, but the US healthcare system and the Irish healthcare system are different. Okay. So it's not just you tell your doctor what you want and you pay for it, like for the rest of your life. No. I went online and I found a test for myself because the doctor was not going to spend public healthcare money on an allergy test. I see this now. I understand this now. At the time, I did not understand it, and I got quite upset. But I ordered a test for myself on the internet, and I took it, and the results came in, and here are the results. I am allergic to meat. I think it's just beef, but they test all of the proteins in that category because they're not too different from each other that they should test separately. So it just said meat. And it did say low. So it's not a high intolerance. It is a low one. So I'm not, the worst that's going to happen is I get a little sick or I get a tummy ache or I get, but I didn't test positive for dairy. So I am not allergic to dairy. I guess I just get sensitive to it. So I'm still going to try to avoid it, but if I really want to eat it, I know the consequences of eating it. Do you know what I mean? But it's not going to hurt me. And then something that I did not expect at all was hazelnuts. I am allergic, mild, like medium, to hazelnut. And how? I do not know because I love Nutella, though thing is lately I have not been eating it. I bought it, but I do not eat it. Is this like my body, my subconscious telling me, Rachel, don't eat that. You're not going to feel good after. I love hazelnut. I love Linder chocolates with hazelnut. I love like literally any chocolate with hazelnut. Love it. I'm going to stay away from it now just in case, because I do not want to develop a more acute allergy to it, if you know what I mean. But it's very interesting because the food test said that a lot of pies and pie crusts and things like that could contain traces of hazelnut, so you need to be careful. And I was just like, what? So it's not a high intolerance. It's not to the point where I need like an EpiPen or something. Like that would be, I would definitely have told you earlier if that were the case. But something else that was on the test, I'm not diamond painting. This is never going to get done if I don't just focus. Another thing they tested was pollens. So it turns out I'm not allergic to tree pollen. Okay. Let me remind you of where I live. I live in Southwest Kerry in Ireland, the Republic of Ireland. Okay. There are no trees here. There are very little trees. We have scrub brush, we have like willow and hazel and things like that. And then there might be like stands of trees, forestry, which is man-made forests to cut down later on. And anyhow, speaking of, we saw this massive forest fire. It was in the vlog. It was crazy. We drove through it. It was, oh my gosh. Maybe I will tell you that story as well. But anyhow, I'm not allergic to tree pollen. Go figure. I am allergic to grass pollen. I also live in the greenest place in Europe, I'm sure. You know, green fields, lots of agricultural land here. I literally live next door to a sheep field. A big one, like acres upon acres. Yeah. So yeah, I'm allergic to grass. I knew this already, but I thought that I was allergic to trees too. So, yeah, it makes sense now. When I was little, I think I was 12 or so, and I was rolling around in the grass, as you do as a kid, because I grew up in the 90s, y'all. I grew up in the 90s, and we didn't play on the computer very often where I grew up. When I grew up, I got a Tamagotchi, and I totally stopped playing with it because I found it boring. I would rather be outside rollerblading or something. And anyway, one day I was out and I was rolling around the grass, and then I couldn't breathe. My tongue and my neck started to swell, and they had to call an ambulance and give me a shot. That's also when I discovered that I was allergic to amoxicillin. That was fun. They tried to put an IV in me, and I refused. Like, I was just like, no. Yeah, I do not like needles. I told my nurse actually, when I got my booster shot, I told her, because I was trying to make small talk, I was like, in a way, I'm kind of thankful for the panini. She goes, what? And I said, yeah, I'm starting to lose my fear of needles now that I have to, get these shots every 3 months or whatever. She found that pretty funny. But anyway, I don't know if any of you are nurses, and if your patients have said something similar, but that's definitely me. I'm losing my fear of needles because of the panini. Thanks a lot. Anyway, back up. Yeah, so I was hospitalized for my allergy to grass, and I continue that. I carry that with me today. And so, long story, very long, I need to take my allergy medication because I'm getting congested and my throat hurts. So hold on a second. I'm going to get some water. All right, I've taken I've taken it because it might as well start working right now while I am feeling the effects. I have not been outside yet. Like this is how allergic. On the scale of that allergy test, it is listed as high. Like very, very allergic, highly allergic to all the grasses that they tested. I believe, if I can remember off the top of my head, it was Bahia grass, Timothy grass, rye, and there was another grass. Anyway, I don't know anything about grasses, okay? But what I do know is that every time someone mows their lawn, I know the start of the season obviously is now. It's April 2nd. It's overwhelming. If I don't take an allergy pill every morning around this time, especially in June. June is a bad month. I just can't. I can't handle it. If I go unmedicated, my eyes start to water, and I know that a lot of you suffer from hay fever, but this is like, I don't even know if this is hay fever. I think this is like beyond hay fever. So I probably will speak to my doctor this time about getting the steroid, but again, he said during your childbearing years, you should avoid taking the steroids. So I don't know. I will suffer. I will continue to suffer. But yeah. Anyhow, the fire. So I'm gonna back up a little bit. If you want to see the actual footage, it is on the Patreon vlog. I believe it was last week's vlog. Yes, last week's. So the one that's labeled fourth week of March vlog. It's available for Patreon only, but more than welcome. It's a nice little community over there as well. But basically what happened was we were going to there's like a craft fair, a small craft fair in one of the villages near us. We decided to go attend and nose around, get some plants and stuff. And on our way there, I saw this plume of smoke, and I was like, "Oh my goodness! I wonder if everybody's okay. Like, that looks dangerous. It looks like it was dark smoke. There was like the big white smoke, and then there was like really, really dark smoke. And I was like, oh, I wonder if they're like burning tires or something. Like, what the heck? What's going on?" But I thought that we were going around it. I had no idea where I was coming from, but I thought that we weren't anywhere near it, really. That maybe we were going around it. And boy, was I wrong. We ended up driving and getting closer. I could, it was, the smoke was getting to my lungs, and I was coughing a little bit, and I was like, what's going on? And I decided to whip out my camera, because all of a sudden we saw that before us stretched all of this bog land. It's ancient bog, so decomposed forest. If you've never been to a bog before, basically it's like, it looks like a savanna. It looks like a field, except the ground is million-year-old forest, okay? And it becomes over time, it becomes a reliable natural heat source, but it's not infinite, right? So they are putting in laws to stop people from harvesting it anymore. It'll take a while for that to come into effect, but I believe the turf factories are being closed this year. I could be wrong about that, but I believe that's what the agenda is at the moment. And what we passed was scorched bog for acres and acres, and as far as the eye could see. And the thing about it is that those things can stay on fire for months. Okay. I was so scared. Like all of a sudden we went from la la la, we're going on a jaunt, you know, we're going down to the craft fair, became an ecological nightmare when we looked around and there were huge fires on the side of the road, and we saw this man, an older man, waving a stick at the side of the road. Then we saw, I don't remember what happened first. Was it there was like a fire truck, but it wasn't like okay, hold on. It was like an SUV. So it's not a fire truck or a fire engine. It was a fire truck. With their lights on the other side of the road. I think it was the man first. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Suddenly, there was this massive white smoke that looked like fog or a fog machine. We could not see the road. And suddenly, it felt so hot. It was like burning hot. And I was like, James, you got to go. Like, you got to get through this because otherwise, like, who knows? Like the tar could be, I don't know. I was getting I was scared. Okay. I was very anxious. And he was like, but I can't see where I'm driving. And I was like, I don't care. You got to keep going, which is not helpful. I recognize this now, but, we got through, and halfway through I looked over and there's just, the fire is right on the side of the road. Like right there. Man, I don't know. I felt like cold wash over me, you know, like that feeling of like, oh geez, like something really bad is happening here. And I look over after we pass through the fog and we can finally see the road again. I look to my left and the forestry, that whole stand of trees that was there for like 20 years or something, in flames, totally in flames. So it started at the forestry and it traveled all the way across the bog, all the way to where we were. We think that somebody did it deliberately, like as in like maybe they were ordered to, maybe they were supposed to or whatever. But regardless of who started the fire or why, we were just shocked to see how much damage was done. And I feel so bad for all the little birds and the little animals. I hope they were able to make it out okay because, yeah, that was pretty scary. Anyway, why did I left it on a real upper there. Hang on, let me get some more water. I was like, how did I get there from allergies? But, you know, forests and stuff. I do apologize for the sniffles, but I cannot help it. It's just, it is what it is. But if you'd like to see the footage or just, you know, anything in general like that, make sure to check out my blogs. So this weekend we are focusing on gardening in our own yard. James is crossing his fingers that he gets a call about getting a new job. I am excited for him, a little bit nervous, but excited because depending on where it is, you know, things could be changing for us a little bit. So excited, nervous. Nervited? Trying to make up a new word here. And spring has sprung. The daffodils are all gone now, pretty much, in our yard. But the trees are all, you know, the willows are blossoming now. My cherry tree is trying to grow leaves. My nose is dying. You're not gonna hear the end of that anyway. I tell you that. But yeah. I can't wait to have the leaves back. I love seeing the green leaves come back on the trees. It makes me so happy. I do suffer from seasonal affective disorder, so when the leaves are gone, I just get sad. I try not to think about it too much these days, you know, because thinking about it just makes it worse, but I am looking forward to having the nice, you know, bushy, lovely trees. And also, the days are getting longer. You're going to hear, like if you came to Ireland right now, you would hear everybody making small talk about the grand stretch in the evening. Literally, that's all we talk about right now. But yeah, it is a good time of year. I do enjoy this time of year. I think it's, while I don't really like the symbols used, and I'm not a big fan of Easter in general, I just love the way that nature comes back, it reclaims itself, you know, reborn and everything. I do enjoy that a lot. So today we are going to be planting a lot of seedlings. We may be doing some transplanting as well. If you didn't know, my husband is a horticulture teacher, and we've been hobby farmers. I wouldn't call us farmers. We're more gardeners, but we do mostly grow vegetables. So I guess we are farmers in a way. And we've been doing this since we arrived, pretty much, since 2015. We've been growing our own food and trying to teach other people how to do that too. James is much more into it than I am. I got my crafty bug in 2018, so I stopped participating as much. But I want to get back into it this year. I want to give him a hand and, you know, get that feel good energy from putting your hands in the soil, and there's something very healing about that. So I would recommend it if you have the time. Definitely just get into even just a few flowers in your garden, or growing like pea plant inside. You can do that. You could totally do that. You can grow tomatoes in a pot inside. But just to connect with nature and stuff, I feel like I've totally disconnected, and I want to get reconnected. So I will be taking you on the journey with me, and we'll see where it goes from there. I have not been crafting very much in the last few days because James was spending time with his mother. That's a long, complicated story, but basically she's very lonely. So we are trying to go over and spend time with her. And he's been going over himself so that he can do work while he's there and he doesn't get distracted. So I've had evenings alone, and I have been just, I guess, beside myself. It doesn't feel the same. I'm a little bit on edge, you know, but he'll be home tonight, so that's fun. So we're gonna go and spend the day together, and hopefully he will clean up the rest of those beard hairs. Anyway, thank you so much for spending time with me today. This turned into a much longer episode than I expected. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you got this far, could you leave me a little bearded man emoji? If you don't have access to the emojis, that's perfectly fine too. But it would be funny to get bearded men in my comments, wouldn't it? I hope that you have a fantastic weekend ahead of you, that you enjoy your week. that you stay safe and enjoy crafting whatever craft you might be into this week. Stay safe out there, and I will see you all next week for another update. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye!